Katherine Hoffman, and welcome back to another edition of Kansas City Experience, the monthly program that pulls together a selection of segments from KCPT, Flatland, and 90.9 The Bridge. Despite the heat, late July and early August is the perfect time to plant a fall garden. Broccoli, lettuce, spinach, carrots, and cucumbers are just a few veggies that can produce a fall crop. So we share some helpful gardening tips to get you started.
If you're looking at your soil and it's too dry, water. If you're looking at your soil and it's very wet, maybe skip for a couple days. And if it's raining a lot, maybe bring your bag inside just to save it from that excess water.
Kansas Cityans are generous by nature, and as a sea change moment sweeps the nation, they seek ways they can help. One simple way to contribute is to support Black businesses. So get your appetite and your notepad ready as we compiled a list of Black-owned restaurants and bars near you. It's a profession that dates back to the 1700s and has seen a recent resurgence in Kansas City. We got up early and tagged along for a day in the life of a modern milkman.
We do so much more than just dairy products. We do everything from frozen meats, produce, things that are going to last a long time. Have really had a pretty big uptick lately.
The Rector Mansion sits at 12th and Euclid, but a curious KC question wanted to know some history about its namesake. We did research to find out. Sadly, we haven't had many 90.9 The Bridge in-studio sessions lately. Fortunately, we were able to enjoy a visit from the new pornographers before social restrictions became the norm. Here is the surprise knock from their latest album.
Drive the map to the realm of the stars. Didn't need a war, but now this one is ours. So smell along until it's thrown us clear. Like anything that you will learn to fear. Let it play in the background, tune out the sound. Didn't need a war, but we got one now. Around the course, it's every people years. We may be beyond something here. The logic's from before.
Coverage of protests around the country have been largely focused on major cities, but we headed out to Marshall, Missouri to find out how rural communities are making their voices heard as well.
At first, I didn't want to be a part of this because of, as a Christian, I was afraid I'm going to offend my white brothers and sisters or my Hispanic brothers and sisters if I was saying that white lives didn't matter. But I believe everybody out here understands what we're saying. In 2016, Colin Kaepernick opted to kneel during the national anthem. He made it clear that he meant no disrespect towards the troops or war veterans, but his goal was to use his platform to raise awareness for racism and police brutality. This year in Minneapolis, police officer Derek Chauvin took a knee as well. The murder of George Floyd by the police officer did not happen here, it happened in Minneapolis, but Americans of all colors everywhere are affected and hurt by this. And when you see your community, your family members, your friends, and your leaders speak up for a flag not being stood up for, but choose to not speak up about a police officer murdering a Black American by kneeling on his neck until he was lifeless, it raises some questions in the hearts and minds.
Black lives matter! Black lives matter! Black lives matter! Black lives matter!
This is about an unarmed Black men and young men and women being murdered by police officers.
Right.
And the president and the country and our community that we look up to not responding with the same love, drive, and passion to it as they do for everything else like the flag, and causing the question to be raised, does a Black life matter? It was noble and right for this to be put together today. We should be proud that the young people in Marshall are not afraid to use their voice.
No justice! No peace! No justice! No peace! No justice! No peace! No justice!
We should be proud to know that they are searching for ways to be a part of the solution to make a positive difference, and that they are passionate about the flag, the country, the president, the community, and the lives of Black people. All of us are not going to impact the world, but we can leave this protest with a made-up mind and determination to be open-minded, compassionate toward others, stand up for what's right, and practice being a good example by making differences within ourselves, our homes, and in this case, Marshall, in our community. Practicing, teaching, and exhibiting love, respect, and compassion for all. I'm honored to have the opportunity to speak at this event, I'm grateful for those that showed up in peace to support. I love everyone. I'm thankful for good police that protect and serve. Proud to be an American, and I'm even more proud to stand here in front of everybody and say Black Lives Matter. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Jessica, and I'm a suburban homesteader. We're here at my home in Belton, Missouri. And I'm gonna easily show you how to start growing your own food right now. Today I'm gonna show you how to grow 5 different vegetables. The first vegetable I'm gonna show you is tomatoes. To grow tomatoes, the only things you're really gonna need is a container, some soil, and that's about it. Anywhere where this is going to get significant amounts of sun, it can be grown. The kind of soil you're gonna want is a very nutrient-rich soil. Today I have an indeterminate variety of tomato that I started inside about 6 weeks ago. When you're planting your tomato, you basically just want to dig a hole. You wanna plant your tomato fairly deep. I'm gonna keep this stick just so I know which variety that I planted. And I'm gonna hold the leaves up while I shift the dirt around. You wanna cover it up almost entirely up to the leaves. Too much water is going to cause the plant to not grow as well. And whenever you're soaking the leaves in water, you're going to cause blight, you're going to cause a list of other fungal diseases that are going to kill your tomato plant and also prevent them from setting a lot of fruit. I would suggest you start your tomatoes inside in a solo cup, but if that's not something that interests you, you can start them directly in this bucket. You're gonna wanna plant 2 to 3 seeds in the middle of your bucket. Once those seeds sprout and you have 3 sprouts going, you're going to want to prune those down to 1. So you're only going to allow 1 to grow because that one has a better chance of growing bigger and taller and producing more fruit if it's in the bucket alone. So this one was bought at the store. I did not start it at home, but you're going to pay $3 for this plant start, or you can buy a pack of seeds for $3 and get 50 tomatoes. I would recommend, if you are a first-time gardener, go out and buy one just to get your feet wet. The back of your tomatoes is going to tell you how many days until you can harvest. This date is assuming that you started your tomatoes 5 to 6 weeks earlier in advance inside. Potatoes are super easy to grow. You can go to the supermarket, buy an organic potato, and grow enough potatoes for your family in your backyard. You're just gonna have to wait for this potato to chit. You can just put it in a windowsill and wait for it to start growing. Once it starts growing, you're gonna put it in your bag with the growing portions faced up. You can actually cut it up and make sure each little piece of potato has a part growing off of it, and plant all of them and grow more. Potatoes don't like to be ultra moist. You need a lot of drainage. So if you look at the bottom of this bag, there are holes. Whenever you water it, it's going to drain out the excess water. I've already started my potatoes. I started them about 3 weeks ago, and as you can see, they grow super fast. These do need warmer temperatures. You don't want them to get too wet because your potatoes will mold. I ordered these bags on Amazon, and they are specifically for growing potatoes. So what we'll do is we'll roll this up. So we're going to cover up some of these leaves, and where these leaves are covered up, they're going to continue to grow more potatoes outwards. So we'll roll this up a little more, and we'll go ahead and completely cover this up. I'm gonna put these potatoes in a spot that gets a good amount of sun but has some shade in the evening. So I don't want them to get too hot and I don't want them to get too cold. I'll probably just put it up against my deck. Wherever you have to put this outside, it's going to grow potatoes. If you're looking at your soil and it's too dry, water. If you're looking at your soil and it's very wet, maybe skip for a couple days. And if it's raining a lot, maybe bring your bag inside just to save it from that excess water. You're only going to need pepper seeds, a bag to grow them in, and soil. Peppers are a little bit different from the rest of your vegetables you're gonna grow in your garden. They're very picky and they're very touchy. So I will probably plant this here and then take it back inside until it's much warmer outside, and I know that it's going to be 65, 70 degrees at night every single night. You are going to want to plant deep, lots of roots here. So we're gonna get it in there and then we're gonna pat it in. I like to keep these so I remember what I'm growing, because green plants look like green plants to me. You can just go ahead and buy seeds at the store, plant your seeds into this pot, take it inside, let it establish itself for 4 to 5 weeks, and then bring it outside. You're gonna have more success buying a plant. Just because it's already established, you can't mess it up. Whereas when you're starting a plant from seed, there are a lot of different variables. You could overwater it, you could underwater it. It's not gonna get enough sun if you're starting it inside compared to outside, but if you start it outside, you're risking the chance of the elements or animals getting to it. So there's a lot of different variables. The only thing that you're going to need is seeds, soil, and a bucket. Cucumbers are my favorite plant to grow because they grow in such abundance that I am drowning in cucumbers every summer, and I love pickles, honestly. So this is a cucumber plant that I started in my kitchen about 6 weeks ago. Looks great, has a little bit of sun damage. Doesn't matter, it's gonna come back, it's gonna do its thing. Whatever seed you fall in love with, put it in a solo cup. I put holes in the bottom of my solo cup for drainage, and then I just let it sit in the windowsill for 5 to 6 weeks until it looks good and established, and then I'll plant it outside. They don't take a ton of maintenance, but they do love water. So since cucumbers are something like 85% water, you're going to water this much more often than you would any of your other plants. You can look at your leaves, and if the leaves are curling in, then you know that that plant is thirsty. You're gonna wanna make sure you're watering underneath the leaves. A lot of times you can get powdery mildew, which is basically a fungus that grows on the leaves of your cucumber. You're gonna want to water underneath to avoid adding excess water to the leaves themselves. You want a lot of airflow. Cucumbers, zucchini, tomatoes, they need a lot of airflow to be successful. Last but not least, zucchini. So this is just your regular zucchini that's green, nothing fancy. All you're gonna need is soil and a bag, and like every other plant I've shown you, some good compost. Zucchinis are typically vining plants. They're gonna try to grow across the ground. I just planted them in the solo cup. 5 to 6 weeks later, moved them outside. You're just gonna plant it like you would any other. If you notice, this one actually has 2 zucchinis in here, but this one's looking a little sickly, so I'm just gonna plant it and hope it does well. Typically, I would only do 1. But we're gonna give it a shot. We'll see how it goes. Squash bugs are just like these little bugs that they'll get on your leaves and they'll eat holes through them and they'll lay their eggs on the underside. You're definitely gonna wanna pick all those eggs off, pick the bugs off. Neem oil is probably your best bet. I've definitely had a lot of issues in the past with pests on zucchini, so you have to stay on top of it for sure. I think what really made me want to change and want to start growing my own food is looking at how our food is grown now and how much pesticides are pumped into the soil and how poorly farmers are treated. And I thought, how can I willingly go to the store and buy things when I know this is happening and I know I can do something to change it? So what I do here isn't perfect. I fail a lot, I kill a lot of plants, but I don't stop trying, and that's the only reason I'm successful. And I think if you talk to any gardener, they're gonna tell you the same thing. Every spring when I realize that my first tomato is coming in, the feeling is uncomparable. I get so excited, so I definitely encourage everyone to try.
I'm Sam Armato. I'm a milkman for Chateau Home Delivery. Back before the lockdown, I would have around 400 to 425 stops a week. Now, I'm closer to 600 stops a week. We do so much more than just dairy products. We do everything from frozen meats, produce. We have our own cheese curd brats, Phantasmas, where most of our bacon's from. We got a new ground beef through Anton's. Westport Flea Market burgers, pizzas, things that are gonna last a long time have really had a pretty big uptick lately. But yeah, we try to keep everything as local as possible. When my most recent son was born, someone this was me crocheting, crocheted a blanket for us that was pretty cute. Someone gave me a fidget spinner once. So, you never know. It's people's way of trying to connect. Thank you. I usually get to my first stop about 1:45, 2 a.m.
Drive off the map to the realm of the stars. Didn't need a war, but now this one is ours. So smell along until it's thrown us clear. Like anything that you will learn to fear. Let it play in the background, tune out the sound. Didn't need a war, but we got one now. We're right the course. It's every 3-4 years. We may be beyond something here. The logic's from before. Now we're inside the C4. Drifting like castaways. Didn't need a war, but it's here, I'd say. So smile big until it's thrown us clear. We may be beyond something here. The logic's from before. Now we're inside the C4. And then the surprise knock on your door. Surprise knock on your door. Surprise knock on your door. Drive off the map, we'll take the long way around. Didn't know the score, but we knew we were down. It won't be long until we grind the gears. But carry on, we're onto something here. The logic's from before. Then we're inside the C4. And then the surprise knock on your door. Surprise knock on your door. Surprise knock on your door. Drive off the map till the horizon bleeds. Didn't need a war, but it's here, I see. We had it wrong when it was all so clear. We may be beyond something here. Drifting like castaways. Didn't need a war, but it's here, I say. So smile big until it's thrown us clear. We may be beyond something here. And then the surprise